Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. Take a deep breath. Welcome to Lionsgate. Okay, so I'm going to show you the pictures first of the read for today. This is the basic read. And this is the full read that you see in front of you. Okay. Okay, well, today is August 8th. It's Lionsgate today, guys, 2020. The 8 is the Strength card. So it's all about inner and outer strength as well as manifesting your dreams. And the day adds up to 20, which is a 2, and it's also the Judgment card. So we have Judgment and Strength today, which is a little bit tough energy, you know, with major arcana there. So we're perhaps requiring strength from you. It may be zapping your energy today. And then Judgment has to do with needing to make a decision, or perhaps receiving judgment, or being indecisive as well. So around this date, 8/8, and for me personally, it has been very draining the past couple days. Very tired today as well. Although the read this morning, my read was great. It was just more like this afternoon where I just got tired all of a sudden. So the SYRIAN STARSEED deck, which is the main deck for my 7-deck read, was cut and dealt at 10/28. 10 being the Wheel of Fortune, 28 being the Two of Wands. Also the Twin Flames in the SYRIAN STARSEED deck. It's literally 2 flames. And yeah, and don't forget, it is for the Divine Masculine, so it affects the masculine within the feminine as well. And it is a general read, so if something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. There's a lot of energy coming up here. Some of the messages are maybe for one person, and then a lot of other messages may be for the general population. So please don't force anything to fit. At 10:54, when I was clarifying, at 54, I was getting the Hour of Crystals. Also, you are crystal. You're a crystalline energy. And then you are of crystals, and also LS was coming up, and just S for Sophia as well. At 11:10, which is Justice in the Wheel of Fortune, I was getting Step Back. So someone might get pushed a little bit out of the way, and they could be even pushing, like wise. It's like pushing your grandfather over, who's normally really nice, but someone's being impatient and they're in their way. So that could be confirmation. Somebody could be pushing their parent out of the way because they're in their way of them getting what they want to do. And also the Divine Masculine in his heart in the bat cave is self-correcting. At 11:11, I was getting a lot of sweating. It was getting really hot. And then, and that had to do with the 8 of Wands, which is the hours of love, but also fast-paced communications or travel back and forth, exchange of energy. In clarifying there was a lot of sweating going on at 11:11. So I finished the read at 11:14, which is 11 of Justice and 14 of the Temperance card. In the main part of the read, there were no major arcana today, which is very rare. It is very rare to have no majors, because there's very few times in the past few years that I even remember a read that had no majors in it. Maybe a couple, and that was it. After the read, we did have the Shadow pop up. That was the only one. We had 2 Swords, 3 Cups, 3 Wands, 3 Pentacles. So very well distributed here. We have the 333, the 2, and then 333. We had the Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Page of Swords, Page of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. They were the court cards in the read. Before the read, only 2 nines came up, no court cards, the 9 of Swords and the 9 of Cups, which is the one who's suffering and the one who's getting their wish, the happy one. And then we have, after the read, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Swords all came up, and somebody could be dealing with a lot of children here, whether it's your kids having friends over, or whether you have nieces and nephews around as well. There's a lot of child energy or childish energy, so it could be a bunch of adults acting like kids, whether it's at work or home. We have the message line, or the code line, is all about synchronicity and spirituality today. The number on the number line, we had the number 2 was significant, but also the ace as well. So it could be 2 or 21, and the 21 is a 3, and 2 to 3 was significant here, with all the numbers, like going from 2 to 3. And so it could be the 2 of the High Priestess or the 21 of the world. But again, those are the two perspectives, the going within perspective and the macro perspective of seeing the bigger picture. And this is all around the Master of Crystals, or the King of Pentacles, the Master of Manifestation. And he's the last king of the deck. So he's mastered all of the other energies. And this is regarding Christ enlightenment, or the unity consciousness, regarding synchronicities and spirituality. And the SY was separated from the synchronicity, so SY and N as well, in a sense. But this was very significant as far as SY being, S is the Sophia and Y is the Y in the road, and N is the code for Jesus for me. So it has to do with the Sophia and the Christ. That's confirmation at the Y in the road between them in SYN. SYN City could be coming up as well, and there's more on that coming up. So synchronicity and spirituality, and then the code, well, first the numbers. So this happened the other day, coming up for Lionsgate. We had double 8s as the significant numbers, and then double 7s and double 9s around them, supporting the Lionsgate energies. We also had double 2s today. The sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door, and 7, 8, 9, 10, begin again. And 2, 3, 3, 3 came up, so we have the triple 3s of the Trinity, but also the 3, 6, 9 of the 3D, 4D, 5D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Also 23 of the King of Wands, 33 of the Christ energy, and the 7 of Wands. 88, of course, of the masculine and the feminine, both dancing within their own masculine and feminine side by side. The 22 of the Fool, the 77 of the Sovereign. 1, 2, 3, 4, like I said, shut the door, and the first part of the cycle. And 78 came up, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, 47 of the 7 of Cups, and 810, which is 81 backed up by 0, the source energy. And 81 is the end of karma worldwide. 99 came up, which is all about compassion. 89, which is the reflection of the human body's temperature, so being too hot or too cold, and I'm definitely too hot. I might be having air conditioning issues. 9, 10, begin again. 27 is the Ace of Wands, and then 7, 8, 9 is the 5D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the 5D, and just in time, as well as the 7, 8, 9, 10. The message on the code line was all about the Master of Crystals, or the King of Pentacles, and the 2 as 1, as well as the 21, the world, so the micro and the macro perspective. The television, the telepathy, or the vision that we have between each other, and the divine feminine toggling up using the etheric energies, meditating. The show of power in going up, again, going into the etheric realms, meditating. The 2 alternating currents going back and forth between 2 and 1, or 2 as 1, of the 21 of the world, and the King of Pentacles as the Jesus Christ energy, the Christ consciousness of the unity consciousness of the world. And I was just getting, we are the world, we are the children, so that was coming up now. Also the time on the clock then was 11:29, and my mail was 29:09, so not only was 28 of today, of 8 and 2 coming up, but 9 and 2 coming up of September 2nd, and as well as 9/9 coming up is significant. And the television of the telepathic connection, and the heart connection, and the etheric connection between the twins, and the flash, or flash of lightening and lightening up with light and shaving, perhaps 7th beat up, or upbeat. The show of power up, of mastering manifestation. The 2 and the Ace seeing Akashic records with the Jesus energy. So working on your Akashic records and clearing all of that as far as the world. So the telepathic connection of the divine feminine, lightening up, shave up, upbeat, and power up. So it sounds like somebody getting ready for a date. 2 alternating currents as 1, air conditioning, or in other words, conditioning your thoughts, mastering of manifestation and enlightenment. And then in the code line, the code SEN came up twice. So I looked up SEN as an acronym, and it has a lot of different meanings, but it was very interesting. Most of them gave the energy of nourishment to me, but also they came up in ideas of 3, all expanding, like again, that telescopic lens and the stacked cups, expanding out. So again, SEN, toggling up, SEN. So these are all the sets of 3 energies expanding under that definition. So SEN literally means up or upward, and up came up multiple times in the code line before I even looked at SEN. So it's all about going up, upward, meditating, keeping your energy up. Upward, the lotus, and then the contraction of the valve of the veins that push the blood back to the heart, and the tendon that holds everything together. It's like the hinge that holds the 2 pieces together. Even remember the message about the very high vibration. So even when the vibration is very high, the grounding mechanism that holds it together, even if it vibrates. So again, upward, lotus, the contraction of the valve and the tendon that holds it all together. And then SEN, aha, the Sophia enlightening Jesus, a stroke of genius. Because it's SEN, and EN is code Jesus for me, S is Sophia. But not only that, we continue on with the definitions of SEN. It means 20 and 40 as far as distance, so 40 meters. The 20, I'm not sure what that actual measurement is, but 0 to 20 to 40. It also means 1/100th. It also means 100 and 100,000. So there's the 100, the 100, and the 100,000. It also means stone and rock, expanding to mind, expanding to the dream state. It also means belated, or tardy or late, or slow. So expanding to just being slow as opposed to late or belated, like you missed the date. Old expands to long ago or for a long time. And then sense expands to orientation and ability to reason with your mind. The egg starts out as something you're without and that you want, expanding to the breast, something you need as far as nourishment as a baby, and then you expand to desire as an adult, what you actually want for yourself. His, her, its, and their own expand to judgment, and then expand to temple, a place where the group can gather to discuss these things. And then sleep expands to up, expands to lotus again, as well as the chain expands to contraction, which is what? It's a reaction, a trigger, which expands to the tendon again, which is a tendency to react. Then the trigonometry function of the sine wave comes up here as well. The tri again of the 3, the trinity, and the 369 of the 3D, 4D, 5D, and the function of the sine wave and the signs as related to your synchronicities and things that you see, your guidance along the way, the signposts along the way, along the yellow brick road. Oh my. So tri was coming up from trigonometry, but also the tri function of the sine wave, to try the G. So trigonometry I'd written as tri and G dot, function of sine. Tri, God, function of sinus rhythm, or the human heartbeat, or being human. Being is be in God, and then human is with a colorful, the hue, the colorful M, which is 2 upside down U's, 2 cups that are U, and the 0 with a stroke on it, which is the A. 0 is the human embodiment of source, A, and the tail is the connection, and then the N, which is code Jesus, or unity consciousness for me. So be in God with the colorful M, the 2 U's upside down, and the human connection to Jesus of unity consciousness. So then we go to the numerology cards that came up, and I told you in synchronicity that SY was covered up. So there's always a message there for me. It was coming up regarding the SY and also the SYN, which is SYN, but it's also the Sine. And remember that Sine and sinus comes from Sine and Sin was a location of the 40 days and 40 nights. It's not just the sin of doing something wrong. The sinus rhythm is the sine wave that keeps us alive. So the psi was coming up as the psi, right? And then the sine, S-I-N-E, and then the sin, S-I-N, the moving wave, the energy, the queen. The Sophia at the Y in the road with Christ, S-Y-N, or S-Y, yeah, N is code Christ for me. And then we have Sophia at the Y in the road, S-Y-N, Sophia and Christ together at the Y in the road. And then they were bringing up that they grew 3 times that day. Say, hey is for horses. Food and nourishment is for whores, like, this is breaking down the word horse. Whores like Mary Magdalene and Sophia. So they're saying that about themselves because that's what they were deemed as. And we're growing past that with 3 times that day. Expand and expand and expand again. So we're also talking about the 2 to 3 by 2 as 1. 2 acing the 3rd energy at work together in unison. Uni or one, sun, S-O-N, sun, sun, sun. S-O-N, S-U-N, S-E-N. So here we are back to the S-E-N, which brought us to the psi as well, and the sign, that it means up. And after I wrote the S-Y-N of Sophia at the Y in the road with Christ energy, the Christos Sophia, and the Hieros Gamos energy, I was then guided to do S and N with all of the vowels in between them. S-Y-N, S-E-N, S-I-N, S-O-N, S-U-N, S-A-N, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y in the road between Christ and Sophia. So S-Y-N, of course, is what I just told you, Sophia and Christ with the Y between them, the Y in the road, and the question why. The S-E-N, which is the definitions I just told you all about, that sen means up, and so many other things. It's the trigonometry function of sine, S-E-N, and all of those other things. And then S-I-N being sin, or the sine wave, S-O-N being the sun, S-U-N being the other sun, and then S-A-N, they were really literally showing me how you can pronounce them all as sin or sun. The A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. So, and Y is the question. All right, so we start out this read with the Page of Swords reversed over here with the clarifiers on top. That 9 of Swords there is literally next to it. I'm going to move it over just a little bit so you can see. All right, so here's the Page of Swords reversed with the clarifiers on top. Below it is the 2 of Wands upright, the 7 of Cups upright, the 9 of Swords reversed, and the 9 of Cups upright. And at 12:07 I was getting Jesus' chariot, the ascension of Gaia, enjoy the ride. And the number 17 came up there, which is the star, and also, quote unquote, the flame TV. So the stars of Flame TV, which is the twin flames that you are, the twin flame heaven on earth, the show of power in grieving and letting it all out, or quote unquote, lightening it up, so to say, purging over the 4D bridge, down their yellow brick road, lighter and lighter and lighter to lightning and thunder and storm. And I was getting major connection here with no fury as that of Sophia scorned. Sophia without a mane, and her 2 dogs, Metatron and Michael, beautiful showcases with wingspans and C-SPAN, universes wide, spanning the globe, the frontal lobe. BB was coming up with G, B, or not to be. I am who and that I am. Who dat? Dat frat. The brotherhood of the sisterhood of the covet thy neighbor's wife. And covet means wishing, longing, or yearning. I was also getting the sisterhood of the wandering pants was coming up. The sisterhood, the brotherhood of the sisterhood of the don't covet thy neighbor's wife, for in using that love on yourself instead of longing on that other person, she shall come on her own accord. She will come on her own accord willingly if the collective I am has deemed it is so. Let no man put asunder what God has joined together, and let it be known that God or the collective is not equal to one human contract or one piece of paper, or for that matter 30 pieces of silver. Mark 10:9 from Bible Hub, by the way. And then another quote came up in the headers there, Matthew 19:6. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. No human, only God can perform this sacred ceremony under God with liberty and justice for all involved. The twin flame choice of path, the stairway to heaven, through ending suffering and silence and finding satisfaction and happiness with self. The negative self-talk, the lies, the spies, and the rumors, accepting love and planting the seed and presenting the truth, the whole truth, to instability. For love and truth must not be separate but as one. The loving heart and the logical mind, not brought together, equals a move, a visit, a visitation, an end of a marriage, a mess that's grown as far as it can be. And then instead of can, they made me write came. So it can grow as far as it can be, but I came, I saw, and I conquered. Veni, vidi, vici, which is I came, I saw, I conquered in Latin at 1228, which is the hangman and the two of wands, the twin flames. And then that's referencing Jesus with Mary Magdalene on the cross. But then when I was, the original time of I came, I saw, I conquered was Julius Caesar. That's why Veni, Vidi, Vici in Latin. In a letter to the Roman Senate in 47, which is the Seven of Cups, the heaven in their eyes, BC, after quick victory over Pharnaces II of Pontus in the Battle of Zela, and paralleling at 1231, which is the hangman and the expansion energy of the Five of Wands, Julius Caesar to Trump's position. And I have to show you that card. Not right now, I'm going to wait till I'm done. But in the Gilded Tarot, that emperor always reminds me of Trump. It's got red, white, and blue in it, but also has Caesar's crown of leaves on it. So that was definitely bringing the two together here. Paralleling Julius Caesar to Trump, and the King of Swords reversed in separation, with heartbreak working on details of true alignment. The King of Swords reversed over love in a three-way hurt over the whole truth, Excalibur, and the Who, love rain on me, to quiet the storm, or Sophia and her dogs out so he can get some work done in peace through 1111, or get some sleep. So there's a theme in this read too where the Divine Masculine can never get sleep because there's too much noise in the house, or people always want something from them. So this isn't just referencing 1111, but also referencing November 11th, but also 11 o'clock at night, not being able to get to sleep, and then perhaps not being able to get to sleep when they go to bed because their mind is still overworking. So again, starting from the Who and Love Rain on Me, to quiet the storm, or Sophia, and her dogs, Metatron and Michael, the dogs out so he can get some work done in peace through 1111. Of the three swords, only one has been removed, that which is evidence of self-love. The Ace of CU and the Ace of SY. Christ's cup, the CU, and Sophia's Y, the Y. So we have Christ's U and Sophia's Y. When ladies first is Y and then U, with the zero in the middle of human embodiment of source between them. YOU, that's you, and then all came up. And all is an A with two L's running together, literally makes a capital U again. And the A is a Y leaning over to pitch a tent with the first line of the A. So it's literally coming up as YU again, Y plus U with ALL, pitching a tent or a lean-to, a helping hand from source. All right, because remember that the U is the Holy Grail and the Y is the Y in the road, and the Y was between Sophia and the Christ energy, which can come up C as the unity consciousness, or the N as literally Christ. The small n usually comes up as Jesus for me, or EN. But that can be the enlightenment as well. So 1243 is the hangman of 43 of the Three of Cups coming together as the soulmates, or the Two of Cups at the full moon, which was 8-3, weakening to ground and integrate a message of love on the 8-8 or Lion's Gate release from prison. The Queen of Cups reversed, sadness, clearly suffering in silence to end the madness, the pain, the insanity. And note that in this read, 8, 9, 10 of Swords were all reversed, so ending the pain for once and for all. And then I was getting, actually with my son and just now again, the Three Musketeers, right? One for all and all for one. And then a big push to end pain today. Green and pink blanketing the sharp edges, which is funny because I'm wearing pale green and pink right now. So green and pink blanketing the sharp edges of healing and compassion as the Nine of Swords come out all at once can be a bit of shock to the nervous system, like ending all of that pain all at one time. The Queen of Cups reversed took this hit, matching her crown and clam shell, green and pinkish red and gold, with goldy locks, and the two bears left. 9 swords ran away, and 2 left to work out, but more gently than the first 7, adding other fabrics of orange, whites, and gray, and spots, one at a time, other materials or tools to work with, as a leopard changes their spots. Start with Leo in leopard, as spots are smaller and not as complicated as the jaguar that you are. Once an I Spy Animals came up when I looked that up really quick. And the jag is sharp, fair or uneven, and teases, pursues, hunts and rushes with twinges of fire and eye, and parting for water or a tree that may be close by. The Queen of Cups reversed without her antennas up. The Page of Swords reversed, no message or a negative message, but I'm just getting ohm again, a negative ohm, or perhaps a negative tone, somebody's voice. The Page of Swords reversed, no message or negative tone, or negative one, a negative message. And that could be a negative tone where the message has a negative tone, or a child was being sassy, right? Or no news is good news, and letting pain go. The Three of Pentacles workplace, or place of co-creation, where two come together, the Divine Masculine and an East Indian, perhaps woman, with spots and tail. And the Two of Cups partnership, rejected, to work alone or willing to be vulnerable, be humble and loyal, and offer help, a friend. Or two who cannot work together but can be friends, or vice versa, or they can be at least civil to each other for the children, the Page of Cups reversed and the Nine of Pentacles upright. One old enough to work, and the other perhaps spoiled or shy and vulnerable, or still hurt by the situation. Or two parents discussing if a friend or child should come work with them, or reject them, or going through this hiring process. Also can be a church ceremony, or looking at x-rays at a hospital or office visit, or an art exhibit. Healing family issues comes up here, and beneath it was finances and career for the Divine Masculine. The Page of Pentacles is not shocked to find that they love each other, or the Page of Pentacles is getting their wish, but then torturing themselves. It's like the good student who cuts themselves or drinks because they have to be perfect for the family. It's that kind of energy of this child or opportunity. So they're getting their wish as they continue to drink or hurt themselves or others around them as far as younger friends. And the Six of Cups, fond memories of the fall. from pink roses to yellow, orange, and brown leaves, to winter white and all business relationship, or watching TV in bed with cappuccino bedside. Lovebirds being on their toes, ignoring dessert, two as one, love's just begun, planted a rose bush to give her roses each day, but she won't seem to sway. Memories of camping, toes to knees or tonies at 120, which is the Magician and the 20 of Judgment. Lantern, fruit, fan, and dessert was all they needed at that time. Or student or child hurting themselves, drinking or cutting, or negative influences around them. Perhaps a boyfriend or child or student not surprised to find they were conceived in a drunk one-night stand or a shotgun wedding. Or two with no surprises get their wish to come together, to take it slow with nowhere to go, or two not connecting, and you don't bring me flowers anymore. Only work where no news is good news, and health is an issue. At 71, 71 is the Three of Pentacles, and beneath that was forgiveness, 96, which is the reflection of 69, which is the Ace of Pentacles, that new life. So it'd be no new life or holding it back, deeming or pending forgiveness. Getting over loss, regret, the past, the Queen of Cups reversed in post-War of the Roses, with the Page of Swords or child, or post-war message or news, dumping emotional attachments, reaping rewards, and blinded by the light in their knowing and keeping to themselves. Doesn't want to know, or pretending not to know, peace of mind, or blind, or eye transplant here. Sheep of a feather or bird flock together by ladder or DNA strand, and baby in the basket, whether it's Moses or Jesus, hell in a handbag, dumping ivy or plants overwatered, and doves released, and vines on lamps, or growing through watery leak in the ceiling. You'd have to be blind not to see it. Oliver in the movie was blinded by last night I watched a movie where the son was a grown son, but his name was Oliver, and he was blinded by his father, and he was just like his father, but he wasn't actually his father. He was actually his father's DNA. So this is someone who blinded themselves, not realizing you're doing it to yourself, that your son is actually you. The squirrels and nuts don't fall far from the tree, squirrely and picking all the fruit of the flowers, ruining your hard work, your sparkle, or violet light and rainbows. Crossing heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye, post-war, post-virus, I'm losing my voice, post-surgery or transplant, but one must die to donate eyes or a heart. 7 pounds, the movie comes up here. Ba-pum, 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 pa-ra-pa-pa-pum. So the heartbeat, and then the little drummer boy, and the pa, the father and son, the little drummer boy and his pa. Spirit's connecting with me. Someone may have killed themselves for a child to give them their eyes or their heart. Or little orphan Annie, Oliver, and Slumdog also come up here, slumlords. Knowing without seeing, the Page of Swords reversed, suffers in silence, in negative self-talk, or they could be dealing with a sister like that, due to others not believing them. The Knight of Pentacles offers help or services to help others or a specific couple align with their true desires, or two, refuse to see, S-E-E, S-E-A, and the letter C. Health issues. Holy Moses, I was blind, but now I see. In my robe with glass slipper and cross to bear. Little Red Riding Hood and Big Bad Wolf, 3 bears, 3 pigs, and 3 blind mice, and the little engine that could see how they could run and still play, even though their eyes and tail have been taken away. 146 is the Magician and the 46 of the 6 of Cups, and I got a big connection there as well. In the recent past is the Page of Cups reversed, with the King of Cups and the Knight of Wands rushing in, and the 10 of Cups reversed, family unhappy or just done. The Knight of Wands coming to the King of Cups about the Page of Cups reversed, unhappy family choosing a new path suddenly, seeing synchronicities or options or shopping, the one maybe seeing the one, right, above all the rest, and then heaven in their eyes. Or that may be magician embodiment for them at 149, which is the magician and the Nine of Cups, being satisfied with self. So the Knight of Pentacles magician offering love to dark night, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed without knowing it. Like it's like they're leaving a trail of love behind them, giving it to the dark night, which is the divine masculine, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who could be his partner. Or they are just leaving a trail of love behind them, realizing they are giving love to everyone, but knowing, or until death do us part, if they knew then what they know now, the Knight of Pentacles leaving a big love in their wake for the dark night, death, end, transition, or compassion, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, or Scorpio that's between the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles upright, blocking their love from getting to her or intercepting messages that were returned. Scorpio choosing a different path on behalf of them, or the King of Cups is saying the Knight of Wands comes from a bad family, so he doesn't want the Knight of Wands associating with their kids. This is the King of Cups. Or this could be an arranged marriage. Or Scorpio, Earth sign, Queen of Pentacles reversed, with Scorpio-ish, Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, or Gemini man, or German, or Holocaust survivor here. The foundation is the Two of Cups, upright, with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, who perhaps stole from lovers or ran away and now in uncomfortable energies. Or the King of Pentacles reversed, lied, cheated, stole, or ran, and the Queen of Cups reversed, grieved, preferring to be in uncomfortable emotions and purge a lot. The Two of Cups upright, the Lovers upright, the twin flames here. One all about superficial life and the other all about romance and sadness, or just one ungrounded and one just sad, and a third party ran, lied, cheated, and stole from the lovers, and now both in uncomfortable energies and emotions, or kids that interfered. The central energy here is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I just want to note here, there's like all of the different suits were coming up as different families here. So we had the King and Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. The kids were upright, but the King and Queen of Pentacles were both reversed. Not together, but they were both reversed. So they are not getting along, they're not doing well financially, or they're very superficial, but the kids are well taken care of. The Cups family, however, the King of Cups is upright, but the King, Knight, and Page of Cups are all reversed. So they're not getting along. That could be a separation from them, or the family is just very unhappy with the King of Cups because he's getting his way. The central energy is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Pentacles family can also parallel as the Wands family later on in the read, and the same as the Cups paralleling with the Swords energy. So it's very interesting how it parallels here. The central energy is the Ace of Pentacles reversed, withholding or just delays in a new life, or giving time, money, and energy. The Queen of Pentacles reversed from the Magician, withholding, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, judging, announcing, or yelling at everyone to get up, or wake up call, alarm. So again, this is the idea of that alarm, the siren, right? So there can be wounds that are brought up by that. So someone may literally scream at people to get up in the morning, which may trigger them to wounds they experience. So that's not a way to start your day off for sure. But this wake-up call, alarm, or siren, and definitely was hearing sirens yesterday and today, to recover the feminine left out in the cold by enemy camp, defensive, mean, smiling in the face of danger, a woman scarred, or a man, this is a man scared of this person's a woman, like smiling in the face of danger, which to this person is a woman that's dangerous, and he's scared of her. Taking a stance and immovable from their placeholder, doubling over now. Fight or flight response, perpetual, never nearing the end, never letting down their guard or their guardianship. The challenge being the King of Pentacles reversed, crystal skull, and the buried treasure, withholding due to loss of time, money, and energy or status and health. Unstable, moving, visiting, or ending a marriage with confession as the King of Swords or the Knight of Swords rushes in to say it is so. Slave owners leaving, one of two out in the cold, naked, exposed, trading places, spaces, happy alone in detox, dumping a load, taking a load off, kicking their feet up. Withholding, the Empress upright, fending off others, standing up for herself, clearly released from captivity, from those who would keep her down, and now she's kind of got an attitude about it. No longer obsessed with the King of Swords reversed, narcissist or men that aren't in their truths, or now the King of Swords has dumped one of two. But with men, as far as men not in their truths, with less, losing patience. Oh, wait, I'm reading on the long line. So not in their truths. This is, so I'm going to start that line over. From those who would keep her down. We're talking about the Empress energy here. No longer obsessed with the King of Swords reversed, narcissist, or men who are not in their truths with multiple women, clearly not even considering advances, the Empress here. Only the big love and nothing less. Losing patience, not patient, and worst is over and bliss is setting in. With the fallen angel at 217, which is the High Priestess and the star, we go to 2 and 18, which is the High Priestess and the moon, which could be Aquarius and then a Cancer energy. Feeling guilty, now the worst is over. The King of Swords reversed, coming together or celebrating separation with the Page of Swords reversed, lying, spying, or gossip or mean words, or bad news or no news, or the King of Swords reversed is feeling guilty that his child is like him, perhaps social with a bad heart or broken heart, as I'm losing my voice, separated from self. So this could be, again, a father wanting to do something mean to their child who is actually just acting like them, just like the movie I saw last night. So now the central energy, or the top, the crowning energy, is the Ten of Wands reversed, dumping a load, a burden, or responsibilities, confessing or going back to the basement or dungeon, not ready for the light because they've been deprived too long, like being in a dark space for too long. Coming together with frustration, sexual and creative blocks of letting go, and coming out of heartbreak, separation, coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up the act, or post-op, recovery, to or with the King of Pentacles upright. The Master of Manifestation knows and yet keeps to themselves to keep their energy pure. Heart issues or weak, ego death or Leo out of control, pushing away even Buddha at this time or the purple statue, weak around their twin, two inner children or two outer children loving each other, melts him. Weak remembering the past and fond memories, melts his heart. Coming together with King of Pentacles to come out to them, knowing they won't tell. Show and tell. No peace, exposing all, or high energy kids, sunshine, the world, the divine feminine, a world complete and dropping the facade, and or about the energetic exchange. Perhaps that energetic exchange or expression of feelings or love with the dark night. No peace at night and or the full moon, the Knight of Pentacles offering something healthy to big love at work. Divine lovers, not patient, holding back bliss, waiting for divine timing. Death, end, transition portal, dark night ending pain, suffering for good, detoxing guilt and shame of the King of Swords reversed, ending the nightmare, perhaps on Elm Street, but of depression and loss of hope and no peace. 3 cups and 3 swords, 1 removed, 2 more to go. 3 hearts, 3 wounds, a delicate surgical procedure. Soon is the 8 of Wands upright, energetic exchange and expressing desires to create momentum or great momentum. Confession of the Page of Swords reversed, ignoring messages or negative talk, spying, lying, and the injustice of blocked messages between Libra and Libra, reversed. Presently, the Page of Wands inspired by the Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, and the Knight of Wands dealing with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community with their dysfunction or loss of money. And again, this Libra and Libra energy could be the father and child, but it also can be the masculine and the feminine energies as well. But dealing with this, the King of Wands dealing with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family or business or community, and the Page of Swords reversed in tow. So this could be maybe the King of Wands is taking the Page of Swords from their parent, to give them a break. Switching it up for a change. The Page of Wands is talking to the Knight of Swords, with the Knight of Wands backing the Knight of Swords up and keeping the Page of Swords reversed in tow. Obviously, this child is a problem, or it could be a child with disabilities as well. Just keeping the Page of Swords out of it because they may lie, or family rumoring interference. 2 to 3 people against 1. So it's like 3 younger energies, but older than the Page of Wands coming up to them. But it's like the Page of Wands is holding their own. And this can reference back memories for the masculine to his childhood, where his older brother or sibling and his friends would gang up on him. So 2 to 3 against 1. This also can reference 2 to 3 women against the divine masculine in his life, or a child being bullied and dysfunctional family not doing anything about it, or maybe his family never stuck up for him, or the Page of Wands standing up to older sibling and their friend, perhaps about a falling out between friends, siblings, cousins, or hurt feelings. A lot of back and forth about the Page of Swords reversed, coming between Libra reversed and Libra reversed, or the Page of Swords reversed is always protected by the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, or the parents being unfair about it, but the Page of Wands is out on their own, or outsmarts them all anyway. He is seeing himself as the 7 of Wands upright at 246, the High Priestess and the 6 of Cups, the children in the garden. 7 of Wands upright, the Phoenix rising Phoenix, the Queen of Swords reversed, surrendering at night with the dogs out. Jealous Knight of Cups reversed, or just brooding, moody or rejected or insincere, and on journey or with backup to help confront the King of Wands upright, who lives for confrontation, and standing up for the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Page of Pentacles child, or opportunity to share, with the Emperor reversed, who can be a grandparent, and the Knight of Cups reversed, sending one to speak for them on their behalf to the King of Wands, who he may be afraid to confront because the King of Wands loves confrontation, and the King of Wands is speaking on behalf of the Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright, who will later share with the Emperor reversed at night. So again, a grandparent they may be going to see or going home to see. Opportunity over the Queen of Swords reversed to share or settle out and surrender, give up, with the Emperor reversed overnight. So they could be going to stay with a parent overnight. And then Aries reversed and Cancer upright, unrequited love, self-love, love yourself first. Deception, let your friends help, and separation all came up for the divine masculine. Around the masculine, or how he is seen, is the 8 of Cups reversed in uncomfortable emotions or energies, fighting for awakening and ascension, or awakened Cancer, or driving force, or female warrior of light, with Metatron and Michael in tow, powerless fight, battle, quest, game, with the High Priestess awakened, offering love, no matter how ignored by those bored with themselves, or refusing to choose, to boldly move on, to take a drive, a trip, or ascend, to be the force of your own life. Pisces, Cancer, and another Pisces, Capricorn, and Cancer right here. Or others uncomfortable in the divine masculine's energy, and it's triggering them. Powerless to his quest or ego, or his light supporting the High Priestess, the secret, or Pisces or Virgo, and Cancer or vehicle supporting time to ground and integrate love. The challenge being the 3 of Swords, or the block for the masculine is the 3 of Swords, lightening up. The pitchfork, the tuning fork, testing resonance, song, tune, whistle while you work. And this is a wound that's coming up. My Uncle David is a genius, or was a genius. He passed away this year in his 90s. But when you're a genius, there's always another part of you lacking. You may not be socially adept. So when we were young, my Uncle David couldn't stand the sound of whistling. And my little brother was like 10 years old at the time, and he started whistling, and he didn't know. And my uncle kicked him in the nuts because he's inappropriate. So my dad, of course, was furious. But this brings up a wound, because whistle while you work can reference people working in the prison camps, right? Or in a jail. So there may be whistling that really bothers some people because of their past life experiences. It may be a huge wound here. So dysfunction of family, business, or community, or financial loss, or world downturns for everyone, the Hierophant and the fallen angel, the dysfunction of the Taurus upright and the Sagittarius reversed, commitment and impatience, patriarchal, disciplinarian, and punishment. So these are more wounds coming up. Separation, storm, and mother's fury and father's fury, out of there in a hurry. And this could be a child who couldn't handle their parents' fury. Spirituality, or their wounding, right? So out of there in a hurry. And this is definitely like a Knight of Swords rushing out of there, perhaps to connect with a friend. Can't take their dysfunctional family at home. Spirituality comes up in synchronicities. But even more so for the masculine here is about manifestation. It's all about the King of Pentacles here and Akashic Records. Chronicles of Jesus and his disciples. Discipline. We talked about that before. That discipline isn't a negative thing, like we all have the negative connotation about self-discipline, thinking it's hard. But discipline is literally being the disciple of yourself as opposed to a disciple of others. That's what discipline references. Or in other words, connecting with your higher self. So the Queen of Wands upright, undressing with flame between them, dark priestess with keys and cleavage down to her belly button. The Four of Pentacles reversed, divine masculine's heart in the bat cave. Now coming out, ending the nightmare of the King of Swords reversed, coming together for heartbreak and being ignored, or a negative message about a surgery, and coming out to the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. Or two women coming out together, which is bad news about the divine masculine separating from a wife who may be gay. So after going back into the bat cave, and I took a break right there. I did a meditation with Jen McCarty today. So after going back into the bat cave, the divine masculine opens his heart, grieving or feeling guilty about the Queen of Wands reaping rewards of his efforts, or upset that the Queen of Wands was what stood between him and the group, reaping rewards or coming together with the Ten of Pentacles reversed and spending the money together or on kids at 5:15, which is the Hierophant and the Devil. At 5:16, which is the Hierophant and the Tower, the divine masculine ending the nightmare of the King of Swords reversed and the group saying mean things to each other. And the cards at the top of the page there behind the love sign were the Knight of Cups reversed, the King of Pentacles, who's reversed in the read as well, the King of Cups upright, and the Empress upright. So father and child not getting along. So again, this is a father who sees their child just like them is probably more mean to that one. And then the grandmother, it could also be a scenario of grandmother with her two sons, grown sons, the divine masculine and his brother, and then one child there who's also having a rough time. The King of Cups upright with the Knight of Cups reversed child. So they could both be staying at the mother's house with a child. So ending the nightmare, or a group saying mean things to each other, or a group heartbreak that the King of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed are not talking, or someone got cut out, perhaps cut out of a will or cut out of a group or cut off, perhaps two women or two kids. Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Wands upright, or Pisces and the Queen of Wands, one with the keys and one with the clothes. Okay, so that could be like one who, is always begging for the car or begging to take the car out, and the other one who's always buying clothes, but both of them spending money, if they're kids or women, whatever it is. The Knight of Wands has calmed their flame, and the Knight of Wands has been coming up reversed all week, and as a problem child on the Deceit card of the energy deck. Today the Knight of Wands is upright. It looks like they've calmed their flame from red to yellow, slow burning, but losing hope without peace or place to go. The Hermit shedding light on others while not sleeping, and rising above, awake, coming out, detoxing, doing shadow work. are the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords, one with mask and one with 5D messages, and free to leap with an open heart. Pisces and Virgo and Capricorn here at the end, and lots of fire with the Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Page of Wands all in. The Devil Child, Page of Swords reversed, or that could be an Aquarius reversed as well, and the Knight of Swords upright with messages that free, or receiving free messages. So the Devil Child may be contained by the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. So that maybe one child is going to stay with an uncle, like who gets along with the Knight of Wands and Page of Wands kids, whereas the King of Swords reversed, not getting along with the Page of Swords, he may be very abusive, and the child may be abusive in return. So it looks like that child's going to stay with friends or relatives with the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, who could be other kids for sure. So twin flame stairway to heaven, ending suffering with self-love and getting wishes. The Page of Swords reversed, 2 cups, which can be soulmates or connecting with themselves. The Page of Swords reversed needs to connect with their higher self, or learn to, with rising above drama and being amongst difficult energies or uncomfortable emotions. The Page of Cups reversed, withholding. So now we have 2 pages reversed, the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. Withholding and challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed in energetic exchange, causing separation, with dumping a load or confessing and going back downstairs, then opening his heart to the Knight of Wands upright, the Devil Child Page of Swords reversed, and the Page of Wands upright and the Knight of Swords upright in a message that frees him, or a message that frees the Fool. 3 Trumpeteers and Moses and Buddha and the Good Witch of the East and the Fairy Godmother, the Page of Swords reversed and the Page of Cups reversed. 2 Blind to see, they could be the 3 blind mice. 2 blind to see, 2 cups withholding time, money, and effort, and challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed, or loss of money and status. To dump all responsibilities, confess, and go back downstairs into their cave, rising above the drama in energetic exchange, or expressing feelings, desires, and arrows of love, but uncomfortable in separation, or uncomfortable about surgery of opening up his heart, or getting the sword out, or psychic surgery. Digging deep to open up to the Queen of Wands about money situation, about a Pisces, a realtor, or keys to the house or car, and the King of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, and not wanting to come out or upstairs until the kids are upstairs and messages are all sent. Perhaps unable to relax until all their work is done, while everyone else is always running around free, making it really hard for him to get his work done, making a lot of noise, having their friends over, or the mother having her friends over as well. Lovers holding back a new life, or time, money, and energy, with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, challenged by the King of Pentacles reversed. Perhaps they're holding back this new life until they can retire, or at least retire for the day. Challenged by financial hit, or no more financial help from the King of Pentacles reversed. The Page of Swords reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, blind to what it takes. And then the movie Remember Me came up, because I watched that the other night. And that references 9/11 as well. So if you haven't watched that movie, you can check that out on Netflix. The Page of Swords reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, blind to what it takes to support them in the life that they've become accustomed to. The masculine is rising above the drama of energetic exchange and lots of communication and travel back and forth. Could be kids going back and forth between parents as well. Stuck in separation in the basement until all go to bed, just in order to get some peace and freedom for himself at the end of the day. At 5:45 is the Hierophant and the grief of the 5 of Cups. Grieving, loss, regret, guilt or shame, stuck at the Y in the road. And that is the end of the read. All right, so I'm going to pull an energy card for you guys. Take a deep breath again. Where are we? We're at 59:22. 59 is the 5 of Swords, the enemy, the one standing in their truth and being adamant and not allowing other people to change their position, but not being loving about it either. And the 22, of course, is the Fool, the other end of the spectrum, having an open heart and taking a leap of faith, loving everyone. All right, so for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, at 60 as we change the hour here. To all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. The thinking woman. 47 is heaven in their eyes. It's the Seven of Cups, the synchronicities, having the choices, seeing the one, orchestrating, and sound was coming up with music and tone and a pitchfork. So there may be something about that coming up. I'm also getting from the sound of music, wasn't it the oldest daughter who gets mixed up with the wrong one? Okay, so there could be a daughter that the masculine's worried about getting mixed up with her boyfriend who's not good for her. Or is it for him to decide? You know, it just depends. Obviously, safety is their number one concern as a parent. But if it's not, because they're just of a different culture or religion, it may not be their choice to say. We also have the 38 of the Queen of Cups here in the 4th chakra Archangel Raphael, focusing on the heart space. And look, this is very green. Okay? So this could also reference the Divine Feminine, like focusing on her intellectual pursuits or focusing on her heart space today. And this could be the masculine focusing on his feminine side with the Queen of Cups there. And then we have the 17, which came up in the read, the taking action, that's be acting as well. The two polarities, the black and white of it, come together to merge their energies as the stars that they are. And look how much green is in this. It's so green, so green. So about being natural and the heart space, and when they're with each other. And this is like the feminine going into her logical and the masculine going into his heart. So them reversing roles, switching places, trading places came up in order to come together. So the masculine coming forward in his feminine and the feminine coming forward in her masculine. And then we have the 42 of the woman holding a coin, which is very representative of the Empress today, but not necessarily in a great way, because she looks pissed. She may have all the control of the money, and she may have it all together, but she's feels burned or has an attitude here. So it may be this may be a block for the divine masculine, is getting past this energy, whether it's a mother or a partner or an ex. Okay, that could be an issue. Okay. Also, his relationship, if he has got a daughter, that could be an issue for this mother as well. Not having control over what the father says or does to the daughter. So there may be two here, because then we have, so this is the 3 here, and again we could be dealing with, the Knight of Swords reversed and the Page of Swords reversed was coming up in the read. That could reference this, but this can also reference the masculine and the feminine. But these are also two who are the same, so whether it's a father and their daughter who's just like them, or even could be a son, right? Or it's the masculine and the feminine who are like each other, right? Because they're twins. And then we have the woman with the coin, the woman holding the heart, and then the 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel, which is the feminine chakra. They're both feminine chakras. You notice it's all feminine energy except for the heart chakra there. The heart's a feminine energy though, even though there's a masculine in the picture. So this could be another child that's involved in the picture, but this also could be the masculine, the feminine and the other woman in his life, and also dealing with another child. Or this is a mother and her 2 children, or the mother and this is one child and this is one child, and then the divine feminine, one of these. The feminine can be any of these, but it's just showing all of the women in the masculine's life, whether it's at work or at home. It's just, he's inundated by feminine energy all around him. And you notice that the only 2 of these cards with wings are these 2 here. Okay, so we have the 38 of the Queen of Cups, the 36 of the Atlas energy, the weight of the world upon their shoulders. So this could literally be the feminine or masculine, and the masculine is feminine here as well. And they can also represent your little angels, your children. It's interesting the colors, because you know how these came up all green. They came up very green in the heart chakra, and then these two are very, more colorful and red, so it's more materialistic here. And then this one's all about confidence and yellow. In the sacral chakra, it's kind of an orangey yellow energy on their own. This is kind of like separate from the rest. So that's definitely the energies coming up. And then the Door to Romance is on the bottom there, talking about the key to Romance 33, the Christ vibration, that opening your heart space is the key to romance. So I don't want to keep any longer. It's already been over an hour, but I hope this was helpful for you. Make sure you don't forget to drink your water and get your rest right now. The energies may be hard for some of you to take. Make sure you get some joy and get out there in nature, put your feet in the grass, or hug a tree. And of course, rise and be loved. Bye, guys.